Hi Sagittarius, welcome to Spirit Mail. We're going to talk about career and money. So while I'm shuffling the cards, I just want to say don't forget on Tuesday nights we do live influencer interviews at 6 o'clock Central Standard Time right here on this channel. And on Saturday mornings we do Roundtable, which is where some of you guys jump on a live stream with me and we talk about spiritual journeys and whatever else y'all want to talk about. So that's at 10 o'clock Central Standard Time. And if you would like to participate, please email me at spiritmailtarot@gmail.com and I'll put your name in the hat of participants. I can't guarantee when you'll participate, but you will participate. Okay, God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, I thank you so much for my Sagittarius friends, and I thank you for tarot as a tool. Show us clearly what are the energies that they'll be navigating in the coming days and weeks as it relates to career and money. We thank you for clear and concise messages. We thank you for love, light, and prosperity, and we thank you for clarification, confirmation, and validation. Okay, Sagittarius, let's see what we're doing here. Ooh, we have balance. Okay, and then we have patience. Wow. And we have conflict and defeat. Okay, so that's not a real good energy to feel like you're ending on, but I've been doing this long enough to know Spirit's always got a real good reason for pulling something like that up. So we're going to see what's going on. We're going to look for the overarching theme of the reading with this oracle map. God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, show us the overall theme of this message. We thank you for clear and concise messages. We thank you for love, light, and prosperity, and we thank you for clarification, confirmation, and validation. Okay, overarching theme, metamorphosis. I can't think of a group that I'm happier to have this card for. I love this for you guys because some of you have been struggling for quite a while. And look, it's a 2 and a 5. I love that. And this is your 5 right here. So this is the 2 for me is the a very strong divine feminine energy. Doesn't mean woman or man. It's the feminine part of us that taps into our intuition, that is strong enough to bend and change things in her life or in its life to make things better, to make things work the way that they want them to make, that kind of thing. And they have the resiliency to bounce back up, right? So I love that. And then the 5 is about change. And whenever you add them together, 2 and 5, it's 7, which is the number of divinity. So it's like this is a divine time in your life for great change. I'm really excited about this. And again, I know that some of you have been struggling out there, my Sagittarius friends, and I'm really excited about this for you. It says you're in the process of a deep and beautiful change. Butterflies earn their wings through great effort. The process of change is often painful, for it's never without losses and sacrifices. If you are to transform from one form to another, a part of you needs to die. Letting go isn't easy, especially when you're used to thinking a certain way about your life and how you live it. Just as a snake sheds its dead skin or a caterpillar dies so that a butterfly can be born, you're required to release your old ideas and embrace a necessary change so you can live your best life. Perhaps you're being asked to let go of low self-worth, a dream that no longer serves you, a relationship that's draining, or unhealthy habits. Despite your fear, you must accept that this is a transformational time for you and there will be some loss involved, but you will love what you become. Think about it, think about the butterfly in this card, and the butterfly they talked about right there. Whenever it's the caterpillar, right? And it can only go this far and this pace, right? It moves along and people can step on it and crush it. But whenever it goes into this cocoon and it's in this real tight space, it's got to be patient. It's got to be real patient when it's in there because there's a lot of things happening to it that's changing it. And as it begins to become the butterfly, it starts kicking its way out of that cocoon. But if somebody comes along and cuts that chrysalis open before it's time, that butterfly doesn't get to take off and fly off into freedom. But as it goes through this process and it kicks its way out, once it's out, it flies into freedom and people can't step on it anymore. So it's a beautiful change. It's worth the. They're never sad that they're no longer a caterpillar. Okay. So now we're going to get the clarifiers. I love this. God, guides, angels, archangels, and Holy Spirit, I thank you so much for my Sagittarius friends and for their journey. And while I'm saying thank you, guys, I want to thank you guys for the subscribes, the likes, the shares, the comments, the ringing the bell, the personal readings, the donations, the passersby who engage. Y'all rock. And there's just not enough words to truly express how I feel. How you guys make me feel. Okay, God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, show us again what is the meat of this conversation. Show us the clarifiers for balance, for patience, and for conflict and defeat. Where's the meat there? We thank you for clear and concise messages. We thank you for love, light, and prosperity, and we thank you for clarification, confirmation, and validation. So clarifying balance, guys, we have this tower. Clarifying patience, we have Two of Cups. And clarifying conflict and defeat, we have Three of Swords. Okay. So let's look at this and see what's going on. With keeping this in mind, because this is the overarching message, right? So we're starting with balance, and this is the same card as Justice. So with Justice, we think of it as karma. We think of it as sometimes there's good karma and bad karma and all that other stuff. The truth is, it's all just balancing out, right? We balance things out, and sometimes things come into our lives that shake us up, that really cause us to wake up and look at things, and we can choose to let it keep us in a place of anger and resentment and stuckness, or we can release it to find the balance in the situation, to see what is the lesson here, what is this doing for me, what is this cocoon about, what is happening to me while I'm in this little tight space. Thank God nobody squished me while I was a caterpillar, but show me, God, show me, Creator, show me, Source. Why am I stuck in this little tiny thing they call a chrysalis where I can't move? There's no movement forward here. And so whenever we leave the anger and the resentment behind and we come to the place where we're curious and we're asking, what's the lesson? We find the balance. I love this. Okay, and so then next you have Patience, which is the same card as Temperance, right? And this is your card, Sagittarius. This is you. This is you being able to tap into who you. Look at this. Okay, so this is you being able to tap into the strength of you. This is not you walking around in your meat sack, in your flesh, saying this isn't working out right, that's not working out right, and all this other stuff isn't working out right. How am I going to make this work out right? This is you becoming one with who you are, where you engage both the masculine and the feminine, the resilient feminine, who part of you, whether you're a man or a woman, because we all have both masculine and feminine. So it's where you engage that resilient part of you. You engage that part of you that can tap into yourself. And if you're too much in there and you can't move forward because you're too much in there, then you engage that masculine part of you that dissects things and moves forward and takes steps and processes and stuff like that. And be patient with yourself as you're going through this transformation, because something beautiful is on the other side. You're not going to regret what it is about yourself that you're leaving behind. You're not going to regret what it is that was on the other side of that tower. You're not going to regret it, because you're going to find the balance. You're going to find who you are, and you're going to move forward. This is your potential. And Sagittarius, that's why I love this card so much, this Metamorphosis. Your potential is to walk out of this feeling of conflict and defeat, is to be able to come out of that place where you're looking into the darkness. Even though there's a light right here, there's all this light behind you, right? This is the same as the Five of Swords in the traditional tarot. And it's like you're looking at all of this darkness down here. Even though there's light right here and there's all this light around you, your focus is down here in the darkness. And I feel like whenever we keep our focus there, we can't turn into this butterfly. If this little caterpillar, right, in this chrysalis would just not allow itself to participate in the metamorphosis that takes place on the inside of there, if they just sat there and stewed, they'd never become a butterfly. The chrysalis would dry up and fall off the tree and somebody would come along and step on it. So I feel like Spirit's saying, allow this transformation to take place. Allow yourself to stand up straight and turn around and look into the light. It reminds me of this picture I've seen where there's this wind blowing and one little girl standing there like this because she's got her back to the wind, right? She doesn't want the wind in her face. But because of that, the wind's blowing her hair and it's slapping her in the face. And the other little girl's got her face turned toward the wind and toward the sun, and the wind's blowing her hair out of her face, and the sun is loving on her and bringing her warmth and comfort. So it depends on what are we going to do with this? What are we going to do with this feeling like the world's against us, or whatever it is that we think is against us? And then you're getting clarified with this, where it's about, we feel hurt. It's not just that we feel conflict and defeat. It's because we feel hurt. Something has happened in your job. Maybe you didn't get the promotion. Maybe you didn't get the offer that you thought you were going to get. Maybe you lost your job altogether. Whatever it is, it's like, again, we have to let go of that hurt so that we can move forward we have to be more resilient like the feminine and move forward with the bravery of the masculine anyway. And this changes too because we let it go, because it doesn't serve us. We find that balance within us. I love this. I feel like because this is the overall theme, I feel like Spirit's saying, guys, there's something so much better for you. Let's walk it out. Let's move through it so that we can free ourselves and fly off into that freedom that the butterfly feels. It's gorgeous. Spirit loves y'all so much. You know that, right? God, guides, angels, archangels, and Holy Spirit, I thank you so much for my Sagittarius friends. And I thank you so much for tarot as a tool and for the messages on the table. Please show us clearly what is the PS. We thank you for clear and concise messages. We thank you for love, light, and prosperity. And we thank you for clarification, confirmation, and validation. Please show us the PS. I'm taking that one. We talked about change, right? We talked about resiliency in change. We talked about changing our direction, the way that we look at things. And then in this patience card, there's change too. It's a 1 plus a 4, and that equals a 5. That is change. And that's your card. You can bring that change into your life. Look at the very first card that popped out. Sagittarius, it is up to you. And I keep saying I'm going to do a thing on just this card, and I keep saying I'm going to do one on just this card too, but I hadn't got around to either of them yet. But we are always creating, okay? The energies are right for you right now to create whatever you want, and Spirit's giving you a plan right here to walk it out to where you create this freedom for yourself. This is about career and money, right? You can create an incredible freedom for yourself. The potential is there. But remember, we are always co-creating. We are always co-creating. So whenever we're in this place of feeling this, and that's all we allow ourselves to look at, then that's all that we're going to continue to get, because we attract those things into our life. So, and the same thing here, if we stay in that hurt, it's not just that you feel conflict and defeat. It's not just about that. You're hurt. You feel betrayed, and that's understandable. We all have things in our lives sometimes that make us feel total betrayal, but it doesn't serve us to live there. We have to let it go and walk out of it. We have to deal with it, go ahead and feel the feels of it, process it, and then let it go, so that we can move on to create what we want in the here and now. Because what happened back there does not serve me today, especially if I want to move forward. There's a thing, I don't know, I'm sure y'all have heard it. The reason the car only has a really small mirror for the rear view mirror is because we're not supposed to spend our time looking back there whenever we're moving forward. We're supposed to spend our time looking forward to what it is you want to bring into your life. You have all the options, right? There are so many different ways that you can approach this, and I feel like this is saying, don't walk in fear about it. Look at your options. Look at if you're wanting to say, but how can I get unstuck? How can I tap into this? How can I ever find the balance in this? Really, Cheryl? Guys, get curious. Put in the YouTube search bar, how do I get over crap? And see what you find. You're not the only person who's ever been through anything. We all have. I have videos on this channel about things that I've been through. So, but again, we have a choice to hang on to them or move forward. But there's so much out there for you to look at and to draw from as you move forward. You're not all by yourself by any means. There's those swords again. See, you're all up in your head for whatever reason. And Spirit's saying this isn't where they want you to be. They are trying to bring you into this whole new place. And you're hanging on to some worries and some heartaches and stuff like that. This is where they want you to be. Right here. Total independence, abundance, an abundance of all that good stuff, an abundance of the love, of the wealth, of the peace, of the serenity, of the everything that you can imagine, an abundance of it all. That's where they want to bring you to, Sagittarius. And the energies are right for you to do it. Are you going to navigate the energies in a way that best serves you? That's the question for you. It's up to you. It's up to you. Okay. That is your reading. Thank you so much for stopping in. I love you guys. You know I do. And I can't wait to see you next time. And until then, have a super duper day. Bye.